Hello again. We are back. The event is coming to a close. Less than 24 hours left on it. Managed to get all the way up to those 1500 points pretty easily. And get the Warpath command intel, all the other stuff. I was going to make a video on the day of publication of the patch for that last week. But I was just away with family. And they did the patch day and then sort of waited before leaving for that. They did the patch day and then forgot to add it, so they did an emergency patch like 10 minutes later and added it on. All you got was some extra Warpath intel, some limited G2 Ascendant Skinner components, a Warpath command intel token that could be exchanged for any of the new upcoming Navy destroyers. So that's what I got. By the end of the event, this is sort of all of my loot. So made over 1 billion from it. That's not including the Warpath intel sort of conversion to all of these other things. So I decided to grab a bunch of these unlimited Skinner components. I don't know whether I'm going to make anything with them, but they're there. I also picked up a few of these Federation Navy comments because I thought I'd give away those skins and some of the other skins as some prizes, just to thank you for sticking with it. I need to, at some point when I'm feeling particularly brave, go and trade these in. I don't think there's an expiration on that. But yeah, it was a relatively fun event. Got a lot of cool stuff in there. Got some weird things too, weird components from the data sites. I preferred the data sites by the end because you could just get so much more of them, so much more of the stuff from those data sites, and you could get through them quickly. In the last week, they added all of the low-sec ones to high-sec. I didn't like that. I ended up losing a few ships, or rather losing a Imicus. Where is it? Yeah, losing an Imicus to one of them. They were stressed, didn't like, immediately just got blown up on it. I almost lost my Navy Imicus, but was lucky enough that it had enough tank to get out and I wasn't in a bubble. But yeah, so this is where I'm at with all of that equipment. The ship I chose was obviously the Algos Navy issue. They're all pretty okay. We'll see. I don't think there's going to be anything game-changing on any of them. Maybe the Tower. The Tower seems really good, but I do love the Tower. Last thing I was doing before getting onto here, or rather making this video, was I was working towards getting the Pioneer Consortium issue. I now have it. I built it, flew it all out of nullsec. That was pretty fun. They're now pretty easy for me to get. I've got a few Ventures and Pioneers out at some ore stations if I want to get some more of them, if for whatever reason I lose them. I might also make the, what's it called? I might make the the Consortium issue Venture as well, just for a bit of completionism. But it was sort of like doing that made me realise that I think the Vexer has done a fantastic job for me, but I think the Pioneer is the one that's really... The Pioneer hull is the one that's helped carry me through this whole adventure so far. I enjoyed it with the Catalyst expansion, and I've kind of... Now I've got faction components and it's just a bit of moon mining between build runs to get everything I need. I think I'm going to make a step towards building my first Tech 2 ship, and the first Tech 2 ship I'm going to make is going to be the Outrider. The reason I'm going to go for the Outrider instead of anything else is just because, again, then I'll have all of the hulls from the Pioneer line, but also it just looks cool. I like it. It's nippy, it's pretty easy, it's not too difficult to make because it's only a destroyer hull. And by preparing for this, I kind of also prepare for a lot of the other Tech 2 mining components. Now, I don't know why I'm sort of like set on the mining components, because once I've got all these mining bits and bobs included up to the Tech 2 level, it just means that I can mine things quicker, and there's not really that much... Like, mining's never been an issue for me, but I do just really like these hulls. I've also got that presidential booster as well that I'd like to be able to get to use on something. So that's sort of like the goal. I'm going to talk about how we're going to go for that goal in the same sort of way that I planned the Vexor Navy issue. I've got some notes and some guides as well. Again, I've used RavWorks on how I'm going to get to it. But before that, I did a poll on the YouTube community, and overwhelmingly people voted. The poll was about the Society of Conscious Thought ships, so all those ships there. I said, should I get to keep them? Everyone said yes, because they're from the event, and you had to do something to earn them. Obviously, I can't get any more from here, so these are sort of like one and dones. I've already been using the Gnosis to run a lot of missions, and I'll probably, when I get enough components and things, I might start running them with the Praxis, just so that I can get a bunch of ISK, because I've got a few other things in planned for later that are probably going to need a lot of ISK to do, but we'll see. Anyway, let's move on to the second thing I wanted to look at today, which was, so that was the event, that's all the event roundup, and the second thing I want to look at is how I'm going to make an Outrider. Okay then, so everything that was produced here was produced on RavWorks. Whoop. RavWorks is an absolutely fantastic website. I was lucky enough to be in the same corporation as Rav for quite a while. Absolutely fantastic chap. His website is amazing. What it does is, just like when I was doing my Vex and Navy issue and I needed to work out what I needed to build it, you just type in what you want to build, how many of it, and it'll tell you everything you need. And that's what I use to produce this table here. It can give you loads of information. This is just sort of all the stuff that's relevant for me. Now, building, what I am looking to build is one Outrider. So one Outrider. And also 3 sets of deep core miners Tech 2. Because this is the best way for me to get large amounts of, to get the highest ore yields without using what are they called? The mining barges. I'm kind of stepping away from like keeping away from the mining barges for a while, because I feel like it's not a fun thing to go for. It's just save up loads of money and then fly it out. I might go for a porpoise because they're cool, but I'm sticking with these for the moment. They're just more of a challenge. I've done all the other stuff before. This is different. So what I've then done is I've then produced this table. In the table, we can see that it's told me everything I need. So obviously where it says to buy, that's not what I'm going, I'm not buying anything. That just means I have to get hold of. So inconsequential amounts of titanium, some PI materials, some electronic parts, which are a tradable thing you can get from NPCs. Some morphite. This is the first thing that is going to be a bit of an issue. Obviously, morphite's only found in Null, so I'm going to have to get out there and get back. I'll also need to build some ships that have those deep core miner 1s, so I can mine it. I don't need that much, only 85, so that might be like 1 or 2 holds of a venture, and I can quite easily get that out afterwards. I'm going to need some more fuel blocks, so that means that I'm going to need to buy some more blueprints. I think I've got oxygen, I think I've got, maybe it's helium, but I'm going to need to buy hydrogen and definitely nitrogen. So some of these starship techs and energy techs, these RAM components are just things you need to build to throw in there anyway. Then we're going into the moon materials. So I've already got everything I need for the R4s, so all of these high-sec moon materials, that's already done. It's all of these gold coloured ones that are going to be more of an issue. These are the ones that I have to get from moons, essentially. I have spent a lot of time researching and running around trying to find out where I could get a hold of these moons, where I can sort of ninja mine some of it. I only need like 3 or 4 loads. Probably the biggest one that's going to be a pain is this cadmium one. I've already got a few. I've already managed to work out, I think it's the cobalt. I think I've already managed to get a couple others. I can't remember. It might be cesium, and it might be vanadium. I think they're the ones I've already managed to get hold of. All the others are obviously going to take some time, which gives me plenty of time to get everything else ready and sort of do this ticking away in the background. All I do, I'll do some videos on it, is I run off and I find moons that have got some popped ore and try to mine it before anyone gets angry and chases me off. And that includes the rats, because my little venture cannot do much. That's going to be a pain, but it's the hard part of the Tech 2 production. Then I've got all of these Tech 2 reactions that I'm going to need to do, just like when I was producing the carbon fiber. And then there's just some ice products at the bottom. I've already got all of the ice products other than the liquid ozone. That one's just proving to take me forever. So that's right. That's sort of like the plan going forward. I'm going to be getting all the stuff that I need to work on the Outrider, and those deep core minor 2s. I might try to mix it up and do it a little bit more fun. By doing a few other things. That could be fun to maybe, I don't know, hunt some miners in low sec. That could be fun. It'd be difficult, but if I can hunt them, find them, kill them, and they've got Tech 2 stuff, I can then refine that and sort of get some of their loot. So refine their stuff to minimize any of that moon mining I'll need to do. I think I'm going to go and do a bit of faction warfare as well. I'd like to go and do some fighting. I want to kill some stuff and get killed a bunch of times. I've got loads of Tristans that still need blowing up. So that's another thing I'd like to do. So fight in faction warfare. They've got the new sites coming out soon, so it might be FIGHT. So it might be interesting to try out the new sites. And then this also sort of links to, we've got the, I think it's the Cradle of War. Gosh, Cradle of War expansion, that's coming out, I think it was June 9th. Either June 9th or tomorrow. I think it's June 9th, maybe it's June 2nd. Or tomorrow. I'll find out. But anyway, that's sort of where I'm at the moment. That's what I'd like to keep going with. They're the challenges that I'm sort of setting up for myself now. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. And again, fly safe. And I hope your event went well. And good luck in the next expansion for yourself as well.